Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So in this today's video I'm going to explain you some adjustments that always come under your trial balance in the question of final accounts. So we are going to see a summary chart of it and the accounting treatments of every adjustment, one effect where it is going to be posted and the other effect where it is going to be posted, and also the journal entries of it. So without wasting time, we will start with the video. So here, as you can see, this is a summary chart of accounting treatments in final accounts. I've made 3 columns where first column says name of adjustment, the second column says journal entries, and the third column says two effects. Now I've already written the adjustment names. So this is first adjustment: closing stock, depreciation, bad debts, RDD, that is reserve for doubtful debts, outstanding or unpaid expenses. Next is prepaid expenses, and last one is accrued income or outstanding income. Outstanding means the income which is due to you, that is, it is going to be paid to you but you haven't received it yet. That is called as outstanding income or accrued income. Next one is the pre-received income, provision for discount on debtors. Next one is provision for discount on creditors, goods taken for personal use, and last one is goods distributed as free samples. So these are the adjustment I sorted for you. We are going to see the journal entries of every adjustment and their two effects. So let's start with the first adjustment, that is closing stock. Now we will see the journal entry of closing stock. So how it is going to be: first you have to take closing stock as a debit balance, and the second posting you have to do it is in the trading account. That is, you are going to give credit effect of closing stock in trading account. So we will do this: debit balance to closing stock, debit, and to trading, credit effect. This journal entries are just for your understanding. You need not to prepare it in any of the questions. It is made for your understanding, like how are we going to post their two effects. So that is why I've made this column. Let's see the two effects of it. So the first effect, it is going to be in the credit side of trading account. So first effect of closing stock will be in the trading account. I will write in the short form, so I don't have space over here, of trading account. And second effect, it is going to appear in the balance sheet in the asset side. I'll write here balance sheet, asset side. So these are the two effects of closing stock adjustment. Remember this chart, keep it in your mind, and while you are solving adjustments that are given under your trial balance in the question, just take this chart in front of you and then you can solve the question. So let's move on to the next one, depreciation. Now what does depreciation means? It is the the monetary value of an asset is deteriorating. That is, if you are using any sort of machinery or any land, after continuous utilization of that particular asset, it starts getting old, it starts getting really, it needs repairs. You need to repair any machinery, because overuse of that machinery has been done. That is called as depreciation. That is, monetary value of that asset is decreasing. Okay, if you will purchase machinery like today, and after 5 years, if you are expecting that the quality or the working of the machinery will be the same as it was purchased very fresh, so it is wrong. After few years, it will definitely give you some sort of defaults, any machinery failure. So that is called as depreciation. So let's see the journal entry for that. Now depreciation is also going to get debit effect, and asset, it is our depreciation is always being applied on your assets. May it be your land, machinery, plant, anything related to your asset, depreciation is applicable. So I'll write here depreciation account debit. I will write here in the short form, and to assets account, because depreciation is being applied to assets, that is why credit effect to them. The two effects for it, the first effect, it will appear in the profit and loss account in the debit side. So I will write here the first effect, debit side of profit and loss account. Okay, so this is your first effect of depreciation. And second effect, it will be deducted from that particular assets on which it is being applied in the asset side. So I'll write here deducted from particular assets on asset side. Of balance sheet. So this is your second effect. Okay, depreciation is always charged in percentage or sometimes in amount as well. So if let's just take a short example, 10% depreciation is charged on machinery. So if the amount of machinery is 5,000, okay, then you have to calculate 10% of 5,000. It will be obviously 500. So this 500 amount which you have got from calculating the percentage of depreciation and the actual amount, you have to deduct it from 5,000 from the original amount of machinery. And whatever amount you will get, that is your final amount of machinery. You have to write it in the outer column of the balance sheet in the asset side. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, bad debts. Now bad debts is also going to get debit effect because this is our expense. Okay, so we will write here bad debts account debit to debtors account. Now why it is here written in the debtors account? Because bad debts are always deducted from sundry debtors, that is given in your asset side, which you have to post it from the trial balance. So it is given debtors account. Now we will see the two effects. The first effect will be in the debit side of profit and loss account. Debit side of profit and loss account. Okay, And this, how it will appear? If there is a new RDD or bad debts, you have to add it in the new RDD. Like if new RDD is given in the adjustment or in the question, or you have to calculate it, you have to add these old bad debts into that new RDD. Okay, so that this is how your RDD is always calculated on sundry debtors, and it is calculated in percentage. So whatever percentage you have to calculate, the amount you will get, that is called as your new RDD, which you have to post it firstly in the asset side. Firstly you have to calculate it on your sundry debtors, and the second effect will appear in the profit and loss account in the debit side. So this bad debts, that is old bad debts of the question, you have to add it in the new RDD. Okay, so that this is how I will write here: new RDD plus bad debts. Okay, and the second effect, it will appear in the asset side, which is deducted from sundry debtors. So deducted from sundry debtors, I'll write here in the short form, in assets side. Okay, next one, RDD, that is reserved for doubtful debts. Now this is also given in your trial balance sometimes, or it may be given or it may not be given, depends. So what is the journal entry for this? We will see. Firstly, profit and loss account, debit side, and to RDD account. Profit and loss account, debit side, to RDD. Okay, so this is the journal entry for that. And two effects, it will firstly be in the debit side of profit and loss account, and second, it will be deducted from sundry debtors in the asset side, as I have told you in the bad debts. Same. So I'll write here the first effect, that is debit side of profit and loss account. This DR is a short form of debit, don't get confused. It is a debit word which I have written it in a short form. Debit side of profit and loss, and second effect, deducted from sundry debtors. Okay, so this is the second effect. So outstanding or unpaid expenses, journal entry, expenses account debit to outstanding expenses. Sorry, I committed mistake over here. It has to be added to that particular asset on which it is outstanding. So you have to add it. And the second effect for this is shown on the liabilities side of balance sheet. In liabilities of balance sheet. Okay, next one, prepaid expenses. Now the first effect will be in the journal entry, prepaid expenses account debit, account debit to expenses account, with whatever the expenses on which it is being applied, so that particular expense is going to get the credit effect. And the two effects, less from that particular expenses. This is the first effect, less from that particular asset in whichever side it may be, maybe in trading side, in trading account, or in profit and loss account. So you have to less from it. And second effect is shown on asset side. Assets of balance sheet. Now why in the asset side? Because we have prepaid this amount, the extra amount is being given. So in future, if you will require that amount, you will definitely demand for it. So that particular person will definitely refund back to you that amount. So that is going to be your asset. Now next one, accrued income or outstanding income. Now the journal entry, I'll write here, I'll give an arrow over here, the space is less. Accrued income account debit to income account on whichever income it is being accrued. There are two effects. The first effect will be add to that particular income in the credit side of profit and loss account. Add to that particular income in profit and loss account in credit side, because in all the incomes are recorded in the credit side of profit and loss account. And second effect, it will appear in the asset side, because this is your income, it is your asset. So second effect show in the asset side of balance sheet. So this is the second effect. Next one is pre-received income. Now journal entry for that, income account debit to pre-received income on whichever you have received a pre-income. So that is going to get the credit effect. Now the two effects for this, firstly you have to less from that particular income in the credit side of profit and loss account, less from that income particular income in the credit side of profit and loss account. And the second effect, it will appear in the liabilities side, shown in liabilities. I'll write here in short form if I don't get space. Okay. Why we have to give the second effect in liabilities? Because we have received a pre-received income. So if the person who has given us the prepaid income, in terms of that person who has given us, if he demands that money back in future, then you have to give it not today but tomorrow, definitely he will demand. So that is why you have to show it on the liabilities side. That means you have to give it someday, the extra income. Next one, provision for discount on debtors. Now the first effect will be in the the journal entry will be profit and loss account debit to provision account. I'll write here P&L account debit to provision. Okay, to provision for discount on debtors, because on this we have to create a provision, so that is why. Two effects. First, debit side of profit and loss account. On debtors we are creating a provision, that is why a debit side is given of profit and loss account. And the second effect will be deducted from sundry debtors for discount in the asset side, because we are creating provision on debtors, so we are deducting it. So deducted from sundry debtors. This adjustment is not asked you frequently, but still for your understanding I am explaining you, but you should keep it in mind if in case it comes. Okay, next one, provision for discount on creditors. Now here creditors account debit, provision for discount. Now here we are creating provision on creditors, so provision on creditors, for discount on creditors account debit to profit and loss account. Okay, so the two effects for this. The first effect, it will appear in the credit side of profit and loss account. Here we have given the journal entry credit effect, so here obviously the first effect will be in the credit side of profit and loss account. It is same as the provision for discount on debtors, but just vice versa, journal entries and the effects. And the second effect will be deduct from sundry creditors in the liabilities. From sundry creditors in liabilities. Okay, next one we will go, goods taken for personal use. Now we already know when we are borrowing goods for personal use, that is a drawing account. So the first account that will be debited is the drawing account debit, because we are using it, drawing account debit to trading account. Okay, the two effects for the goods taken for personal use, the first effect will be credit side of trading account, or you can deduct it from purchases account, but for your understanding, credit side of trading account and the second effect will be deducted from capital on liabilities side. Deducted from capital in liabilities, because from liabilities from capital we are withdrawing some goods that we are using it for personal use. That is why we have to deduct it from capital and liability side of balance sheet. Last one, goods distributed as free sample. Now the journal entry for this, the goods distributed as free sample will get debit effect, and second effect of credit is to trading account. As free sample, debit to trading account. Now the two effects for this, first will be in the credit side of trading account. And the second effect will be, you have to give the debited to profit and loss, debit effect in the profit and loss account. That is mean you have to post this item in the debit side of profit and loss account as the second effect of the adjustment. So I'll write here, debited to profit and loss account. P&L is a short form of profit and loss. You have to write in the full word. For your understanding, I've written it in the short form, but make sure you are writing it the entire term, that is profit and loss account. So here, this is the end of our adjustment and their posting. I hope you did understood all these adjustments and their journal entries and the two effects where they have to be posted. So if you did like this today's video, do hit that like button, share with your friends, with your classmates. Then if you're new to my channel, then subscribe to my channel. And after subscribing to my channel, make sure that you click that bell icon to get all my new videos notifications, and comment down your suggestions, your queries regarding this final account or my other videos. I will definitely try to answer it. Till then, goodbye.